Albuquerque Congresswoman Michelle Lujan Grisham thinks APD's use of force problems may have something to do with where police have been training. Today, she asked a federal agency to lock APD out of its military-style training. Matt Grubbs has tonight's special assignment.
Most people in New Mexico have never heard of the shooting ranges at the Department of Energy's National Training Center. Even fewer have seen it. Located just east of Albuquerque, accessible only through Kirtland Air Force Base, the center is tucked away on government property in the Manzano Mountains. It's a cluster of classrooms, shooting ranges, and live-fire shoot houses known as Coyote Canyon.
Wow.
Congresswoman Michelle Lujan Grisham says Albuquerque police need to stop training there.
And it's certainly not appropriate for APD under the current circumstances.
Upset with why APD is at Coyote Canyon, despite Justice Department findings that officers often used deadly force against people who posed a minimal threat, the representative sent Energy Secretary Ernest Moniz a letter today asking him to immediately stop allowing APD to train at Coyote Canyon, and asking why the DOE feels local law enforcement agencies need military-style training.
I think in general, we've created an environment where we've done away with the sort of day-to-day kind of training that's necessary, including crisis intervention, behavioral health training, the kinds of things that we know both protect officers and the community, and moved away to a highly military advanced SWAT team mentality.
The shoot houses and force-on-force facilities are used to train military special ops forces, the Secret Service, and the men and women who safeguard nuclear material. The Congresswoman doesn't have an issue with those agencies getting the kind of training that goes on up at Coyote Canyon. Rather, she asked why APD needs to train there. And sources tell News 13 the department has been doing it for decades.
Now you have direct exfil, you don't have to re-clear.
The Department of Energy wouldn't comment today, but the DOE's own range reports for Coyote Canyon show more than 50 visits by APD last year, with dozens more planned for 2015.
Every single one of them, including nearly a dozen visits to the live-fire shoot house, coming since the DOJ told APD it had a big problem with officers being too quick to the trigger. KRQE News 13 first reported on what goes on at Coyote Canyon last fall. The Congresswoman has been interested ever since.
And if they don't provide me with the information that we need, then we'll go to hearings on the Hill, and if that's insufficient, we'll go to legislation that specifically prohibits this kind of training.
In the meantime, the Congresswoman says she'd like to see APD voluntarily stop training at Coyote Canyon. Matt Grubbs, KRQE News 13.
We asked APD for an interview on its training at Coyote Canyon. The department instead sent us a statement. It did not address any of the questions we thought you would want answered. So we've included that statement in our online report, where you can learn more about APD's history at Coyote Canyon and the former officers who have found jobs as instructors at that federal training center.